sumo. Tell me who the hottest that you know. If it ain't me, you Curry get the flame calling Prince Zuko. Swimming through the money like a flounder. Hold up. I just want the knowledge and the power. Hold up. Why the looking at me sour? Eat it like chowder. Rada. Never gave a about a dollar. More money, me, more problems. Pray for me to fall like autumn. Cause I got it on my own with no help, man. Gotta get it, that's it, in myself.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And it's complete. It's Alex Collins. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. He was taking care of that early.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. First and 10, it's Jackson. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. That one goes for 36 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On second down, Collins. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And just like that, it's third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got Sneed. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Crabtree, his 9th touchdown of the season. Now the Ravens have taken the early lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And here now come the Falcons. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy, and who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Let's go.
Now Ryan. Over the middle, and it's caught by Ridley. And down inside the 15 he goes. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now here come the Ravens. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Caught by Snead over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. throw on first down with Jackson. Drops it underneath to Dixon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On second down, it's Dixon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he's brought down. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here's Collins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll go option to the short side. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. On second down, Freeman. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. sneak. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Bosher now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
On second down, here's Jackson. Drops it underneath for Collins. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. And some room to maneuver. And he coughed it up, and the Falcons grab it. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
21.
Now Ryan on second down. Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll try and run. Freeman. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash in a bit of a tight angle. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Leopard! Gone!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. Wiggles free. And he's going to return to the 21-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. They find some open field here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Freeman again. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Here's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. From the gun, it's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's 4. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Got some real estate inside the 30.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are in for 6. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, wait. 11. Ready.
To throw again, Ryan. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a gain there of 11 yards.
But I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. Ryan now perfect since the 2nd half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. But he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. Ryan now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. This complete to Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Let's go.
On 1st down, Ryan. Caught by Sanu. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
To throw on 2nd down. Ryan over the middle. That's caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Throwing again, Ryan. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To throw again is Ryan. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot a bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson. And this is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He may try and run for this. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Watch him now, Barney.
They pitch it out to Collins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And again, it's Collins. Finds a seam inside the 40. There goes Alex Collins. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Ryan. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Hey, let's go. Space. Ready for ladies, right?
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. A road win in the National Football